Hi, I'm Nikki McCallum, and thank you so much for tuning into WCTV. I am here this morning representing the Vermont Film Festival, and in the studio today we have the one and only John Schlag, who is the director, creator, writer, producer of the film OVaXX, which I had the privilege of seeing last night. It screened at the Pentangle Theater. John, thanks so much for being here.
Thanks for having me. It's exciting, and really nice job. You were the MC for the Q&A afterwards, and that went off really well. So thanks for that.
Well, thank you so much. John, I'm so excited that I got to see your film. Would love for you to tell our viewers a little bit about OVaXX and how the idea came about.
Sure. As a writer, you're always supposed to keep your log line, you know, that 1 or 2 sentence description memorized. So if you're standing in line at a movie theater or in an airport, you can deliver it to people and say, hey, can I try an idea on you? I'm writing a screenplay, and see what kind of reactions you get. So in OVaXX, a biotech lab run entirely by women develops a way to conceive a child without men.
Wow.
Then they decide to take things a step further. Does that get your attention?
It definitely does. It definitely
then
does.
the log line is doing its job.
Fantastic. Let's take a look at the trailer.
Okay, please.
You want to tell me what happened?
I thought I had it under control.
The world's first fertilized ovum from 2 women
Working on it.
is growing.
Now we can do this the hard way,
Challenge accepted.
or we can do this the easy way.
Then it's search and destroy.
Outstanding.
And we're back.
We're back. John, I have to ask, how did the idea for OVaXX come about? Because it's such a fascinating concept.
Well, thank you. The first part of it, sort of phase 1, is a pretty straightforward what if. You know, a lot of fiction is based on a what if. Normally you make a zygote from an egg and a sperm cell. What if you could get the other half of the genetic material from another egg? This is something many couples would love to do, right?
Yeah.
And that idea sat around really for decades. I remember the operating title, the working title, when I first wrote it up was XX, you know, like 2 X chromosomes, right?
Yeah.
And then Vin Diesel came out with XXX, which is about extreme sports. XX is a terrible title anyway, but that idea just sat in my sort of idea locker for a long time. And then one morning I woke up to news of yet another mass shooting in the United States, gun violence, and was so beside myself and so angry I was just sort of, you know, pacing back and forth in this, you know, standing desk where I like to write in the mornings. And one thing led to another, and the reaction to that became phase 2 of what happens when these folks in the lab decide to take things a step further.
Yeah. That's amazing. That's amazing. What was your favorite, now having seen the film, what was your favorite moment in the film, or the moment that you were most proud of?
Well, that's a tough one because I love so much working with the actors.
Yeah.
That if I pick out that moment, it's like, oh, that was one actor and not the others. So I don't want to sort of stiff any of the actors on that. Favorite moment in the film or working on the film? Because there was a pretty tough thing that happened. We lost one location a couple of weeks before filming.
Oh, no.
And we, you know, hustled and found another one. We needed an office building with several sub-locations.
Right.
And then we were filming one afternoon, last day, and we found out our host at the office park told us, oh, that building where you're going to go film it, you know, in an hour, they're doing construction in there with jackhammers.
Oh, no.
Right. So Jennifer Gennari, who's our co-producer, did 5 other things for the film, and Grayson, our host at the place, and Ethan, our production designer, the three of them just went and found something. They just went all around the office park. I view it as the sort of Wallace and Gromit moment, like steaming on the toy train and realizing there's no track in front of you and scarfing up the box of extra track and laying them out, you know, as the train is running. They just went out and put the track in front of us so we could finish filming the last day.
Wow.
And in some ways, that was the most terrifying and also my favorite moment.
Yeah. Filmmaking, never without its challenges, for sure. And where was the shot?
Oh, at those parts were in an office park in Colchester, Vermont, which is just about 15 or 20 minutes north of Burlington. The opening scene was filmed at a bar in downtown Burlington.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. It's one of my favorite things about this festival is so many of the films are shot in Vermont, which is it's so great to see.
Yes.
And so John, so you were the director, the writer, the producer. How was it wearing so many hats?
Oh, at this level of filmmaking, I view this as sort of, I was in visual effects for a long time, right?
Cool.
Terminator 2, Forrest Gump, a couple of Star Trek films, Matrix sequels, blah, blah, blah. And for reasons I won't go into, that business became untenable. So I side jaunted and wanting to really understand what makes a good story.
Yeah.
You have to go back to writing. And then after writing some feature-length screenplays, you send them out, and what are you going to do? Wait by the phone? Of course, you don't do that. You write something else. But after about a year of that, I realized what I really want to be is a filmmaker, not a screenwriter. And we were not sure how to get started. And finally, Jennifer Gennari, whom I mentioned, and I we are married. We're sitting on the living room sofa one morning, just this far apart, the Sunday morning New York Times up in front of both of us. And finally I turned to her and said, "Hey, look, you're a really good project manager." And she just sort of looked at me like, "Yeah." And I said, at this level of filmmaking, that's really all a producer is a glorified project manager. And we can do this. We just started making spreadsheets, and we made our first short film together in California. And then when we came to Vermont that season, started making more and have made more each year since.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. John, what's next for OVaXX?
Oh, OVaXX is on that, you sort of get a year on the festival circuit. And so we have a screening coming up August 10 in downtown Burlington at Main Street Landing.
Great.
Film House, the big one, the big theater up on
August
the third
10
floor.
on Main Street Landing.
Right, where VTIFF happens, the Vermont International Film Festival. Not VTFF, this one, right? But VTIFF. And there's a screening coming up in Barcelona.
Oh, wow.
October 1 to 4, and the other short film we made last year, it's called Painstaking, P-A-N-E-S. It's a short dance film, a ballet film.
Very cool.
And that is screening at the same festival. So we thought, since both are showing and neither of us has been to Barcelona, then Jennifer and I are going to go together and enjoy and see the architecture and enjoy the city and the food, of course.
Of course, you must enjoy the food. It's
Absolutely,
the most important
right,
part.
right.
Awesome. Well, John, thank you so much for joining us today, and I'm
Very welcome.
so
Thanks
excited
for
I got to
bringing me
see. It's my pleasure, and
Great.
I can't wait to hear what happens next with
Yeah,
OVaXX.
the first day of the festival was great. I can't wait to see the rest.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Yeah,
All
thank
right.
you.